Is Amazon FBA worth it in 2024? In this video, I'm going to break down if Amazon FBA is a worthwhile business model in 2024 at the risk of sounding like all the other videos that come out at the beginning of every new year that basically say Amazon used to be easy and good and now it is super hard, saturated, and not doable anymore. In this video, I'm just going to lay out the facts for you, plain and simple, the big differences between 2024 and 2023, so you can then just be educated and be equipped with the knowledge so you can make the best decision for yourself. For those of you who don't know, my name is Pete Coulis. I've been selling on Amazon for over 8 years, had the privilege of working with 7, 8, even 9-figure brands over the course of my time, and I'm in the trenches every day just like you, trying to be a better Amazon seller. So the first thing I want to get into is Amazon's new shipping policies in 2024 as compared to 2023. Now, this has caused a big stir in the Amazon community lately because quite frankly, sellers are definitely eating more costs in the shipping department and the inventory storage department, which I'm going to show you here in a second. So there is definitely some justification for why sellers are pretty angry right now. If we just go to this quick article here by Jungle Scout, we can kind of see a whole detailed breakdown of all the different fees that Amazon has issued on us. We're talking about fulfillment fee changes. Now, these actually are better for most people, it seems. That Amazon actually decreased the fulfillment fees, but they increased fees in other areas which are actually surpassing what these fees in the long run, your net. So the first fee that's really causing a stir is this one right here, new FBA inbound placement service fee. Amazon is significantly increasing the price, the cost that it takes for us to ship units into Amazon, whether it be standard size or large size, bulky size. It's really expensive to ship inventory into Amazon now. We used to have the luxury of having the Amazon partnered carrier program where we would save a boatload on shipping, and it was actually pretty reasonable to ship stuff into Amazon. We still have that program, however, the prices are so astronomical now compared to what they used to be. Us sellers are having to bear the burden of the cost. The second fee that has been issued in 2024 that was not a thing last year is this new low inventory fee. Now what this is Amazon always charged us fees for long-term storage. If we have a product, let's say, that's dead, it's not selling, and it's just kind of sitting in their warehouses. Amazon is designed to churn inventory fast. It is not designed to be a storage facility because their fees will gouge you in the long run. However, on top of having long-term storage fees, now we have to deal with these low inventory fees, meaning if your product is a super hot seller and you're selling a ton of units and you're having maybe a little bit of issue with cash flow, or just shipping in general, and you're trying to get new inventory in, rush units over to FBA ASAP, if you are perpetually in a state of having low inventory, and by what their definition of low inventory, you can read on this article or online, but basically below 28 days of stock based on your historical days of supply, they will charge you fees if that becomes a habit. Okay, so basically you need to have your inventory dialed in. You need to make sure you don't order too many units where they just stay and you get the long-term fees, but that takes a while to accumulate. And you also need to take into account, basically, in a nutshell, you need to always have at least 30 days of inventory on hand at Amazon. That should be your goal, and you will be totally fine. You should be having around 30 to 60 days of inventory at Amazon at all times, and you should not be getting dinged with any fees. One way that some sellers are combating this is Amazon's AWD program, their warehousing and distribution. This is a different type of program where you're actually they replace your 3PL. So you're able to ship in inventory to AWD. AWD then will spread your inventory, disperse it across all the different fulfillment centers on an as-needed basis because it's hooked into Amazon's algorithm and it knows where your inventory is needed, your stock levels. It's connected to your account, it's in real time, and you don't have to lift a finger. I've personally never tried it. Some sellers are having success with it. It is cheaper for some sellers and actually more expensive for other sellers as an alternative. For my products, it's actually more expensive, therefore I did not opt to go with this program. It really is on a product basis, so you need to find out if it makes sense for you because it really is an individual kind of thing. Shout out to this company right here, SKU Preem. I just stumbled across their video on Google, clicked it. They actually have this free Google sheet right here where you can calculate exactly how much it'll cost you to send to your traditional 3PL or to AWD, and it breaks down all the different costs. You just have to input your data and they give it to you right here. So I recommend that you get this. I think you can get it on their channel right here if you go to this video. And it really helps kind of break it down for you, because it really is a lot to digest just over a simple YouTube video. You kind of need to go in here, break it down yourself, and see what's up. So the second reason why you might want to reconsider or just be aware that Amazon selling in 2024 is a lot different than 2023 is ads. This is a pay-to-play platform. As you can see right here, this is a typical product page layout. I simply typed in I don't know why it says fish oil, but I typed in dog toy right here on the Amazon search engine, and as you can see, the very top headline search, this is an ad right here. This is all one big ad. If we scroll down, we can see that it's featured from an Amazon brand right here. We have a sponsored, 3 sponsored ads. This is actually the first organic listing, this multi-pet brand. We scroll down, we have a few more organic listings. We're immediately met by a whole nother row of ads. We have more organic, we have a big ad video right here. We have organic mixed with sponsored. There's 2 sponsored and a featured Amazon brand right here. We have sponsored. As you can see, the page is littered with ads. A lot of these listings are not organic. At first glance, it honestly looks like about a 50-50 split between organic and paid. What does that mean for you? That means that in order to compete in most niches on this platform, you need to spend money on Amazon ads. And the question is, how do you spend money without burning a hole in your pocket and getting ranked at the same time, so you can actually start making organic sales, kind of turn the corner and start actually making some real profit with your business? If your product and or niche doesn't have that ability for you to do that, it's going to be extremely hard. And it's one of the main reasons why people end up failing with their product in Amazon business, because they select a product that simply doesn't have the margins to support ads, number one, or is just in too competitive of a niche where the competitors are too established, too many reviews, too low price points for you to compete with, etc. The third consideration here of Amazon being hard in 2024 compared to 23 is this right here. This is something that might go overlooked, but is incredibly important in my opinion, and is now a consideration before I ever launch a new product or even consider launching a new product. This comes at the forefront of my decision-making process, and that is, will it perform well via short form video, aka TikTok? TikTok Shop is blowing up. It is the new Amazon in my opinion, and it is outpacing the growth of both Amazon and Shopify when they were at their early stages. TikTok Shop is the number one, if you can believe it. They are going to do whatever they can to compete with Amazon, and they're doing a pretty dang good job. Amazon is taking notice of it, which is why Amazon is starting to get a little more TikTok-y. If you've noticed, they're going to start having the ability for you to upload vertical video in their Amazon post section. They're making little changes here and there because they see the big beast on the hill, which is TikTok Shop, and they're a little bit threatened by them. But it's a great thing for us, because anytime there's a big competition going on in capitalism, usually we benefit, meaning that we're going to get the benefit. We're going to be able to increase our sales if we're able to adapt and not just sit around on the sideline and let it all happen and unfold without us taking any action. So now more than ever, it's important that your branding is super, super on point and looks really good in a short form video, not only for the consumer to buy your product, but keep this in mind. It really has to look good and appealing for influencers and creators to actually want to promote your product. They don't want to promote something that looks like crap, doesn't have nice, sexy branding, and just isn't attractive for them to promote. And on top of that, you need to be able to give these people solid commissions to get them excited. AKA, you need to pick products that actually have good product profit margin. If your product is running at a super thin, 15-20% margin, you need to pay these people 15-20%, sometimes even more, for them to even get excited and get out of bed to promote your product. So you need to make sure that you still have some money left over to actually give these people commissions to promote your items. The days of going to Alibaba, finding a random product, sourcing it for $2, selling it for $6 on Amazon are over. Lastly, the number 4 reason, and kind of ties all these first 3 together, I think you can see where I'm going with this. It takes more money. And that's kind of the case every year, it seems. You know, when I got started 7-8 years ago, you needed a fraction of the money of the budget to get a product off the ground, get it launched. You really could just go to Alibaba, find a product for a couple dollars, sell it for 4 times, and really didn't have to fight that hard to get it visible, get it ranked, and start making sales. Now you really have to treat this like a real business. You have to have at least 10K floating around, bare minimum in my opinion. 15, 20K, even better, okay? Because you need not only to support the branding, the label, the product, the initial order, okay? You need to be able to support ads. You need to be able to support influencers and creators for TikTok and short form video. You need to be able to afford the reorder, because hopefully all goes well, you get your product ranked on Amazon, you start making sales, and before you know it, when we take into account production time, lead time, shipping time, before you know it, you need to place that second order like a week after you launched your first order, and the cash flow is a little thrown off in those early days, right? And so you need cash on hand to place that second order, place that third order until you can turn the corner and start really making a profit. That is really what it takes. Now, despite all these changes, fee increases, the fact that we are getting cut into our margins at least a few percent, I believe most Amazon sellers are. My brands are continuing to net around 20 to 25%, even greater in some cases. After all is said and done, I believe it still is possible to operate this business at those margins along with other sellers. What it comes down to, all that I just mentioned, mainly product selection. Product selection is the single most needle-moving aspect of your business. If you get it right, it means you'll be successful. If you get it wrong, it means you won't be successful. It means that much to your business. Therefore, you must do everything in your power to get that process right. Hopefully you found this video useful. All my links and descriptions are in my YouTube description, so if you want to learn more about me, all the tools I use, etc., check me out there. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see from me next. I'll see you later.